This is an overview of the Classes tab and the analytics available to teachers in this view. When you log in to Chalkable Classroom, one of the views that you have within the system over here on the ribbons is Classes. If you click on the Classes tab, you can see all the classes that you as the teacher teach, the number of students that are enrolled in that class, what the current attendance is, what the current discipline is for that day, and the current grade average in the gradebook. And by hovering over each of these, you can see specific information about each of these classes. It's important to note too that if an item is in red, for example in attendance, that more than 10% of the students are absent in that class. If it's green, that's less than 10%. When I hover over the discipline, I can actually see the number of discipline infractions that are for today. If the discipline column has a red square, what it indicates is that more than 1% of the students have an infraction for that day. And if it's green, less than 1% of the students have an infraction. If I hover over the grade average column for a particular class, and it's in green, that the average is more than 65%. However, if these were to be red, it would indicate that there is an average that is less than 65%. When I click on a specific class, for example, I get specific information about that class, and I can go to the Now tab and look directly at the information contained in that class in the feed. Now I can do this from the feed portion of Classroom, but I can also look at it through the classes view and look at the feed as far as lesson plans and items that are graded in the gradebook, and you'll notice that you get the same feed tools and filters as well. I can also click on the profile for this class and look at their attendance data, and in this case you'll notice that I can see the attendance data and see how many students are present and absent, and I can toggle between grading period for the entire year, or I can also look at that by month. So if I wanted to look at it specifically at a particular point in time in the year, I can do that. And I can also actually take attendance directly from here as well, and I can use it by the list of students, or I can do that by seating chart as well. Can also take a look at discipline, and I get a discipline chart as well. In this case, we see the number of infractions by month. I can change that to by grading period, for example, and look at the trends over the week of that grading period and to see the number of infractions. And I can also create discipline right here within the system, just like I would do if I clicked over here on the discipline tab. And I can also click on the grading tab and go straight into the gradebook and look at grades in the gradebook for a particular class, and I can look at that by grid, or I can look at that by boxes. So I can see the items in my gradebook that are aligned to classwork and homework, etc. And by hovering over those, I can get a class average of each of those items and how the students have performed on those particular items. Thanks for watching this overview of Chalkable Classroom, the Classes tab, and Analytics. For more information, visit us on the web at www.chalkable.com.